All right, after 3 miserable years, the Zach Wilson era officially coming to an end in New York as the Jets agreed to send the former number 2 overall pick to the Denver Broncos in exchange for a pick swap. So the Broncos will be taking on Wilson and they'll be getting pick number 256, a 7th rounder from the Jets. And in exchange, the Jets will get pick number 203, a 6th rounder from the Broncos. Both teams will be splitting the money that's owed Wilson, so $2.75 million for each of them. And a miserable time in New York comes to an end. But what does this do for the Broncos? You know, the Broncos quarterback room has been kind of a big question mark this offseason. They cut Russell Wilson. They take on the largest dead cap hit in the history of the NFL. And there's been rumors circulating, what can the Broncos possibly do? As it stands, currently Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci are the other quarterbacks in the room. But the Broncos really don't have too much draft capital to work with. They have pick number 12, which is a good pick in the first round. But then they don't have a second round pick, and then pick number 76 in the third round. And then it's a lot of bargain bin shopping after that for the Broncos. So what is Sean Payton up to? What could he possibly do? They've been tied to trading up for J.J. McCarthy. Maybe they draft Bo Nix with the number 12 overall pick. There's lots of rumors swirling, but I think the Broncos are just in an awful, awful situation all around. Like I said, they don't have the draft capital necessary unless they're willing to move on from star cornerback Patrick Surtain, which is going to be a lot more difficult than you would think because he is going to get a massive contract extension, or he's going to want a massive contract extension. And teams that are picking at the top end of the draft are usually not comfortable with having to pay those guys non-rookie salaries. The important part with those high picks are not only the quality and talent of the player, it's the cheap-ass rookie contracts you get. Now, could Zach Wilson be the starter, a revitalization to his career? He was 12-21 as a starter for the Jets. He had a 57% completion, 23 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, just really, really bad. But again, Zach Wilson never felt like he was that kind of quarterback. Why the Jets took him number 1 overall or number 2 overall, I'll never understand it. He was mediocre as shit at BYU, but everybody fell in love with his one throw. I mean, literally one throw. He made it his pro day in t-shirts and shorts that made everyone think, oh man, this guy could be an elite NFL quarterback. He was never that guy. I'm a huge believer at you gotta have done something in college and not just be a, look good at a combine at workouts before you can actually be an elite tier quarterback. You don't have to be at a great school. You don't have to win all these games, get all these awards, but you have to be able to have looked good and shown it in college. Zach Wilson never showed that. Okay. He was like just a whatever quarterback at BYU. I mean, come on, guys. So now he does feel like he fits this Sean Payton type offense. Quick, accurate throws, short yardage situations. He can move out of the pocket, extend plays. But we said the exact same thing about Russell Wilson, and we saw how that didn't work. It doesn't work whatsoever. And that's been the biggest knock on Wilson in New York. He struggles with those layup throws, those easy throws. He'll sometimes pull a rabbit out of his hat and make a ridiculous throw, win you a game here or there, but it's those easy, designed open 3-5 yard routes that Wilson can't hit. But maybe Sean Payton thinks it's a mechanical issue and it's something that he can fix easily. Or maybe he's just getting a cheap value at backup quarterback because he really doesn't have any other option at the starting quarterback position. Now, maybe they go after a guy in the third round. They can Pruitt out of Tulane, perhaps maybe a Spencer Rattler from South Carolina. If they're not willing to spend that number 12 pick, maybe they trade back in the first round into the mid-20s and go get a guy like Michael Penix, or more likely Bo Nix, the guy that's been very much tied to him, who actually fits that Sean Payton offense perfectly in Denver. Highly accurate, short yardage throws, very smart with the football, really kind of revitalized his career in Oregon after struggling mightily at Auburn. He feels like a Sean Payton guy if we've ever seen one, in that Drew Brees type of mold. But the Broncos are in a really weird situation. They haven't made the postseason since they won the Super Bowl all the way back in 2015, I believe, Super Bowl 50. It's been a disaster after a disaster after a disaster, and Sean Payton is now really up against it. He gets out of that Russell Wilson contract. He says he's not his guy. Okay, dude, show us what you got. Because really, if you look back at his career in New Orleans, kind of a massive disappointment with a Hall of Fame quarterback, one Super Bowl appearance, one Super Bowl win that you needed to cheat to win. Let's all be serious. Nobody else got suspended for a year for winning a Super Bowl, only Sean Payton. But yeah, what could he possibly do? Let's see if he actually is this elite quarterback guy, this elite evaluator of talent. Find this gem quarterback in this draft class. Go make him a perennial all-pro or at least a Pro Bowl player in this league. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think the Broncos are up to? Are they going to still draft a young quarterback? Or is Zach Wilson the man in Denver to take over for the Russell Wilson era? Because honestly, I couldn't think of a worse situation if you're a Broncos fan to go from Russell Wilson's disaster to then Zach Wilson. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get exclusive access to videos, early access to videos, help support me, allows me to keep making this great stuff for you guys every single day. The draft is coming up on Thursday. We'll be streaming it live for the entire first round on Thursday. I believe it starts at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We'll be going live right around there for the entirety of the first round. Should be a lot of fun, sweating things out. What the hell are my Vikings going to do? Should be a lot of fun. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.